Wow. Just got back from North Carolina, Colorado. I drove across the country. And yesterday it's pretty warm and the weather shifted last night. We got a strong northeast wind. The tide is way out. You don't see it this low too often. But the ibis are loving it. So this is perfect for them. So all the water is coming draining out of the marsh, moving out to the sound. And it's a beautiful early spring. And it makes a really nice spot for the wading birds to find some food in that soft mud. In fact, there was one of them up here. The ibis was right up here close, and he didn't even look white. He had been mucking around so much that he was gray. And oh, that one's got something. They're just filling their bellies. I bet it's just got warm enough now. Today's not that warm, but it's warm enough where the sun's just shining down on the bottom, warming the bottom up. So probably all the little things that live in the mud are starting to move around. And this flow of water brings a lot of nutrients with it. So as the water floods out of the marsh, there's a lot there for the mussels and the oysters and things to filter feed on. So it's probably got, everything's probably got really active. And right down there at the bottom, where the birds have a little bit harder time. Usually, it's never very deep here, but it's deeper. And the birds kind of usually, other than the big herrings, the birds tend to kind of like right up on the edge where they get a little bit more shallow, Sometimes you'll see the blue herring, they'll go right out in the middle because they're so big, but it's just it's a beautiful day for an ibis. They're just sitting there eating as much as they can eat. And it's a beautiful day. Just a beautiful day on the Outer Banks. Windy, cool, but sunny. Just so sunny. Man, the sun is just such a bright angle. This air must be really clear coming off of the ocean, dry and clear air. So it's really shining through. Yeah, enjoy these moments in life. It's your life. Allow yourself to see the wonder in everything. You stop. It's a simple statement, but it's also a more complex statement. You kind of got to let your mind just kind of go free. And you just see so much of a miracle in everything. That little bit of moving water coming through there, and the air bubbles, and the stirring up the gases, and the nutrients that's flowing through there. But the beauty of it, and then the turbulence that's being created there. Creates a lot of nature's art, but it's actually also a very complicated chaos, and turbulence is a very complicated area. The mathematics for it are still not resolved, or not even probably close, and this probably will be a big use of artificial intelligence is working on that problem. We do have simulations for turbulence. Weather is a part of that kind of simulation. But the real thing behind it is not known. light, listening to that, and listen to the waves, the sound it's making, the wind, and you just allow yourself to perceive all of those things. It really does something for us. It does something for us mentally. Appreciation, shows appreciation for life. It's like kind of like a prayer without praying. It's kind of like a thank you. But you also got to learn to from that to be able to try to, it's also training the mind, because when you're in more stressful environments or noisy environments or crowded environments, if you take the time to observe yourself when you're in a peaceful state of mind, and a peaceful place, it's sort of like a way to train your mind to be in a certain state. You can with practice, you can, bring that kind of state of mind back to yourself, even when you're in a more chaotic environment. Exercising the mind, and that's the mind, the brain. It does exercise. It does create neurons and neuronal connections, and it even changes shape. And there's minds of different people who do different things throughout life. Actually, they can actually observe physical changes in the brain. And when the brain is under a lot of stress or you're sick, it can actually lose volume. The brain can actually shrink, and exercise, both physical exercise and mental practice and exercise, and the food that we eat, the way that we treat our body, can help rejuvenate that brain in a what we think is like just the mental state of mind, but actually the physical aspects of the brain can actually change and heal. Just a beautiful day. Doggy and your brothers and sisters, yourself, your dancing or your art or your music or your school, whatever it is.